Hey guys, in this video, we finally finished up the ultimate backseat project for the Toyota Tacoma. Let's get this thing started. Now for those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Carl and this channel is dedicated to all things DIY, mods, and engineering for the second and third gen Tacomas. So make sure you smash that like and subscribe button already, guys. Do it now.
Come on, do it, do it!
This video is part 5 of the ultimate backseat project for the Tacoma, also known as the overly complicated compressed air system project. This system is doing a lot of things. First, it will power both my front and rear ARB air lockers. Second, it will inflate and deflate all 4 of my tires simultaneously. And third, we have low profile bench seating at the back that works for storage, and it also has a built-in fridge slider. Now, why am I doing all this complicated work? Well, my goal as a mechanical engineer is to complicate things as much as possible in order to have the sexiest modular Tacoma that can be used for glamping, wheeling, and working. Now here's a quick work recap of what we've done so far. We've removed the entire back seat, installed sound deadeners, and installed this giant rear molly panel. We've also built this custom onboard compressed air system and built the plumbing to hook up to all 4 tires at the same time. And we also started some of the woodworking for the bench seating. So with that, let's get to work. Now let's get the latching mechanism off of this passenger rear back panel. Very similar to the driver's side, we're going to remove the 3 Phillips head screws on the bottom. And this should just slide downwards, just like that. And here is our latching mechanism. Now we're going to take our 12mm socket and remove these 2 bolts here. This one. There it is. Yeah, it looks like there's this retaining plastic piece here. I'll cut that out. Here we are, guys. To start over, we have this rear bench seat. It sits up, and the latching mechanism interferes with this fridge slider. I was staring at this and trying to figure this out. I think what I'm going to do is basically just relocate the whole mechanism more towards the inside. I'll just cut new holes here, and this allows me to just work past the slider. So I'll sit just like that. So, I think this is pretty much done. Now this back piece here, at least the skeleton portion is done for the most part. Made it with OSB, and I used carriage bolts here to kind of sink the head of the bolt further in, so you can put your back up against this and won't really feel those jamming into your back. Now let's work on the driver's side back rear panel. Look at that, guys. Definitely taking shape now. do want this mechanism to be as close to the fridge as possible. So I think that's pretty good. Mark it right there with our pin punch. Now that's rock solid, guys. Now I'm going to mark out where this latching mechanism piece will be touching here and drill out these markings. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Looks like I will have to put some type of a backstop on the outer side here. There's a little bit of a flex, but that's not bad. That definitely is rock solid on there. Very nice. Now let's do the same thing the opposite side here. Yeah, buddy. Now we're gonna work on finishing these OSBs. And the plan is, I got a bunch of this automotive carpet. I'll link these down in the description below. And essentially, I was watching some speaker box builds, and all we're doing is sticking the carpet onto the OSB using the Super 77 3M adhesive. I'll put the glue on the OSB, let it tack, and then apply the carpet underneath it. So it should be fairly straightforward. And in order to make sure this glue sticks really well, I'm going to be using some tack cloth. This is basically what sticks to all the dust on the surface. And I guess we'll take it from there. The approach would be to start with the simplest and then work our way upwards to the more complicated ones. Start with using this tack cloth actually on the side that we're gonna apply the adhesive on. So apply the adhesive on this thing, and yeah, it's definitely absorbing a lot of dust. I'm going to make sure I overlap probably by around 2 to 3 inches on each side, so that we have as much adhesion around the corners as possible so that it doesn't come undone. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. That's very flat for the most part. I did slit these 2 sides here so that we can get those screws to protrude out. Now I'm just going to cut a flap here to account for the curvature, that curvature that you see right here. Actually, it looks like I might have to cut a new slit since I am going to be moving the direction of that wrap. Let's see, this is gonna be the first seam. So it looks like as long as we don't overlap the carpet, the installation becomes fairly clean. What I'm doing now is just overlapping and then cutting below and above. I think this one I'll make a C. I can remove the carpet underneath it. I'll do the same thing on this side. I definitely don't want to get the adhesive on the carpet. It'll jack things up. So I'll use another piece of cardboard to shield the sides here. Yeah, I think this is a good time to install this guy. And now let's slowly work this corner. This one will be a little bit more involved. And then at the end, I'll just cut a square here. So we fill this back portion out. All right, that's pretty much almost there. Okay. Not bad for a first run. And you know what? Right before we stick this down, I'm going to throw some staples. That doesn't look too bad. I might take pin punch and further drive those staples down. So now, I think we can start sticking this down. I'll do one side at a time since I don't want this stuff to shift on me. Alright, that looks freaking great, guys. I mean, the only thing that gives it away is the glue overspray. But I think I'll staple this down too. Look at that, guys. Now that looks amazing. I'm very happy with how that came out. So, for the most part, I mean, that basically looks like it's supposed to be there. That carpet really adds a nice touch. I think we can move forward and carpeting the rest of the stuff. This is pretty much what the final installed product looks like, guys. I am very happy with how it looks like. And I think this is also going to be the point where I'm going to take a pause from this project. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but just to go through the install, I mean, this is probably one of the cleanest jobs I've ever done when it comes to the interior work. And we have all of the plumbing and all the electrical completely enclosed here. There's slots for the seat belts. So I'll figure out the center seat belt a little bit later as well. But the side seat belts definitely work as intended. They're tucked right there. And the seat back platform, I mean, it can't get any cleaner than that. So you can see. So some of my ideas in the short term would definitely be to put a backstop here to keep this upper section from like wobbling, but that's like easy stuff. And I'm planning on adding some type of mounting rails on the side so it's easier to tie stuff down. And I haven't figured out a proper clean way to keep this platform pretty much locked in the bottom position. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think in terms of other ideas for mounting, for locking this thing down, or any other ideas you thought of as you're watching this video, because this was definitely like intensive in terms of like creativity and concentration. But for what happened at the end result here, I couldn't be any happier, guys. So let me know what your thoughts are on the comments below, and if you have any suggestions for further improvements. So I think we'll wrap this up with some final B-roll, guys. Thanks for watching.